Olivia and Nicole. Oh, welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for joining, both of you. I'm so excited for today and for this whole series, really, because this has been something that I've been thinking about doing for a while now. So, just to introduce myself, my name is Alyssa Claire Rive, and I'm so grateful to have you here with me for this Mindful Monday. It's going to be a practice that is going to be just for us to meet our inner child, to walk ourselves into that uh, journey where we actually begin to have this time to talk and to meet and to take those reflections into our hearts. So, just to kind of give an overview, this entire month we're going to be going through the inner child work. And the inner child work is really, it can be really emotionally challenging at times, but it can also be deeply, deeply, deeply healing because of that. For myself, one of my most transformational meditations that I had ever done was one of these inner child meditations. So it makes me very happy to bring that here. It was also one of the first meditations that I ever taught. So it has been and will continue to be something that's very, very transformational for me and something that I get to offer to people because I've walked through it. So thank you for joining. So let's kind of understand a little bit about this inner child. So to jump in, I would say that the inner child work is this opportunity for us to both meet those parts of ourselves that maybe were rejected or the needs were not met. And this is really our inner child, that this happens at such a young age that when we really see how our inner child has been through different things, has been walking different paths, it's really emotional for a lot of us. It can hold that big emotional charge. And so the inner child work allows us to kind of take a practice and go into this space where we can see and we can feel and we can connect with those parts of ourselves and that inner child, that little us that has gone through it and maybe hasn't been cared for, hasn't had compassion, hasn't been felt with. So this inner child work is, it can feel very shadowy and it can feel heavy and dense, or it can feel really light and playful. Because when we think about the characteristics of a child, typically they're carefree, they're not worried about anything, they're having fun, they're playful, and they move through their emotions very quickly. When an emotion comes up, they feel it fully and then they let it go. So that is kind of the work of the inner child, that it can teach us so much. And especially because there's so many things that we might carry, you know, in an unaware way, where these beliefs and these patterns show up in our adult lives that we don't actually want to keep having anymore. It's something that we maybe have wanted to let go of, or maybe have wanted to change, or maybe we don't even know about it. So with this, the practice that we're doing today is just to meet our inner child, and there's going to be future practices every single Monday where we're working with different aspects of this inner child, of the little you. So something we always share in our circles is this teaching around our higher self. So in the very, very center of our circle, we see the little us, the child us. And just outside of that, there's the teenage us. And then outside of that is the adult us. And then outside of that is our higher self, our God goddess, our lioness, however you want to refer to it. But there's so many different names for it, of course. But however you want to refer to your higher self, that's usually on the outside. And so on the inside of the circle, it's the child you. So there's different things that you've picked up along the way from your childhood, such as when you're younger and someone says something to you or treats you a specific way, you actually develop a belief as a response to what had happened. So those beliefs are often picked up from people around us, people closest to us, and they can carry on for so many years. So doing this work enables us the opportunity to change it, to put it down, to no longer let that belief have such a huge hold on us. And what I do now is I even go into meditations and I'll have a conversation with that little me, or that teenage me, or that adult me, or whoever's having an issue, having some resistance, and when I can do that and have those conversations, now I can have compassion for where this is all coming from. I don't need to be hard on myself, I don't need to beat myself up, and I don't need to make myself feel bad for having these beliefs or for operating in this way. So for me, something that had come up when I was really young was I was forgotten at school quite often. And what that meant for me was that I began to feel unimportant and insignificant. And those two things ruled me for a very long time. The way I would either act out for attention, or I would totally go into myself and kind of hermit and not talk to anyone and not want to be around anyone. So these beliefs can thread us through in different ways, and we can follow them and see how they've shown up in our lives. Whereas before, I wasn't aware of it. I didn't recognize it. But now that I know about it, now when it starts to come up, I can say, oh, this is little me. That's what's happening right now. This isn't goddess me. This isn't higher self me. This is little me. And she needs something right now. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to follow through with what it is that she wants and needs and, have a tantrum or totally go in and lock myself away from the world. But what it means is I can see her and have some space so that I can actually grow that compassion with her. So there's so many different beliefs that we pick up, and having that opportunity to be able to identify some of the main, core deserving ones that are strong and very, very prominent in our lives. These are the ones that if we can start to see these, we can start to see any of our beliefs. So that's what we're going to get into today. So to get into this, let's all just breathe together. Take a full deep breath in. And exhale, let it out. If it feels good for you, you can lay down, you can stay seated. Sometimes staying seated will help you to stay more awake and alert and not fall asleep. And you can close down your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And just continuing with these deep breaths in and out. Releasing and letting go. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Signaling to the body that it's okay to relax. It's time to tune in. And when we close these eyes, we turn that gaze inwards into our being, into our center. And we can close out all the other distractions that might be surrounding us. Finding your breath and flowing with that breath as it moves so effortlessly in and out. Not controlling it or forcing it. Just letting it be. And because it's important for us to settle our body, for our minds to become quiet, bring some gentle movement into the body by inhaling and lifting your chin up to the sky, to the sun, to the moon. And exhale, bowing down. Inhale to rise up. And exhale to fall. Just this gentle sway and flow of your neck and your breath, all bringing you into this very immediate and present moment. And if this feels good for you, you can even bring your arms around in front of you, crossing over the front of your body, lifting your hands up on the inhale, and as you exhale, cactusing your arms, bring your elbows into a 90 degree. And as you inhale, fingertips reach up overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, just like that. Inhale up. Exhale down. Opening up across the collarbone and the front of your chest. Creating space around your heart, this beautiful heart of yours. there's any other free movements that you'd like to take, just offering that to your body now. Some wiggles, some turns, some spins. Just bringing this element of stretch and release into the practice. So as we move our body, we get to discharge any of that extra or stagnant energy. Especially if you've had a nice slow morning, not filled with too much movement. It can be nourishing to the spine, to all the ligaments, to your whole body. And when you're feeling good, you can just come back to your center, wherever that is. Making sure that you feel supported in your back, in your seat. Making any of those adjustments to make sure that you're comfortable. And drawing your awareness into the center of your chest, the space of your heart, and inviting it to open. Inviting it to become curious. Because our intention is to meet our inner child, that little you. And for this, we must have the space. So initiating this space so that you may hold yourself. And so that if any emotions do come up, you can ride with them, but not fall into the swell of them all. Keeping yourself clear and bright like the sun and how he shines so effortlessly, giving us the warmth, giving us the light. Visualizing or sensing that you can feel the sunlight on your face. No matter where you are, what room you're in, just feel that warmth. Allow that warmth to travel down into your whole body, like a great big hug. And now watch as the sun sets and up rises the moon. Her and her clear energy cleansing over you, cleansing the waters of your body. Every day cycling with the moon and the sun, taking in all of their nourishment, all of their support. And now just in front of you, notice that there's a path forming. Notice what's lining the path. Is it trees or bushes? Is it grass or fields? Is it water? Begin to walk down that path one step at a time, noticing the sounds around you. noticing the smells and what you're seeing. And as you walk down this path, notice over to one side the house that you grew up in, the one that you remember the most. And begin to walk, noticing all of its details. The front of it, the door, the windows. And as you get closer to this house, you notice that there's a bench right out front. And sitting on this bench is a child. You keep walking step by step, feeling relaxed. And as you get closer now, you notice the face of this child. You remember that face. The face of younger you. The two of you lock eyes. And they invite you to sit. And so you sit. Taking in their presence. The expression on their face. They're full of questions, so excited to see you. And so you open up the conversation. It's been so long since I've seen you. I've missed you. What is there that you would like to know? And allow them to answer in their very own timing. Perhaps by words, or perhaps they walk you somewhere to show you something. Allow little you to take you wherever they want to take you. And enjoy these next few minutes of just you and them. And I will call you back. Enjoy. wherever you are with little you. Turn to him or her and grab their hands, staring steady into their eyes with so much kindness and admiration. And we're going to repeat this prayer 2 times, looking at them, holding them. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Letting them receive and absorb these words that maybe were never said from you or from anyone else. And when you feel ready, saying goodbye in your own way. Knowing that you may return here many, many times, because now you know the path. And in time you turn around and you walk back down that path that you came from. Notice what you feel in your heart with every step you take away. And whatever it is, see if you can bring it into gratitude. Complete gratitude for who they are, for who you are, and tracing your awareness back to your breath, drawing a slow, deep inhale in through your nose, letting it go. Just like that, one more breath in, letting it go. Welcoming all that newness, all that freshness, like morning dew or fresh snow blanketing the earth. Knowing that all these opportunities are there for you to renew, to reconnect, and to be. So taking some rolls in your body, in your neck, in your shoulders, in your rib cage. Enjoying the lyrics of this beautiful song to close us out. Enjoy.
Two broken hearts on a rainy day. both know it's time for us to go our own ways. Surrender to this moment. There is no one to blame. There is no right or wrong here. Only lessons in love and pain. We did what we were meant to do. I was me and you were you. Finally ready to see this whole thing through. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. Love the one who judges, love the one who lies, for they are the one who's hurting deepest down inside. Truth is found in the moments when we come back to ourselves, when we ride the waves of emotion instead of getting caught in the swells. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I love you. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. I know you are in pain. For the times I was hurting, I hurt others. I wanted them to feel the same. When I go into the heartache, I dive as deep as I can go. And I end up at the bottom, face to face with my very own soul. It says I've been here all along, and then it smiles at my surprise. For all I had to do was come right back inside. So thank you for the breaking, and thank you for the pain. For without you in my life, I may not be finding myself again. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. Love, it doesn't go away. It lives right below the fear and the pain. So I fill my heart with my very own love, and I radiate it out below and above. I send it to you in abundance and wealth. For I know that to love you, I must first love myself. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry.
Whenever you're ready, coming back to the space, opening up your eyelids. Thank you so much for joining me today. If there's anything in you that you feel like wants to be expressed, journaling is such a beautiful and nourishing way, especially after this kind of work. So taking some time to maybe journal or talk it out, or just drop into yourself and into your feelings. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next week.